Once upon a time, in a kingdom surrounded by lush forests and sparkling rivers, a king and queen were blessed with 12 sons. The queen longed for a daughter, and one day, she dreamt of a white bird flying into her room, whispering that if she bore a daughter, her sons would be turned into ravens. Though the dream troubled her, the queen gave birth to a beautiful daughter, and soon, as foretold, the 12 brothers were transformed into ravens and flew away, leaving the castle empty and silent. The king, heartbroken, searched for his sons in every corner of the land, but there was no trace of them. The queen, devastated by the loss, could hardly bear to look at the daughter she had once longed for she knew her birth had caused the curse. The girl grew up in the castle, unaware of the fate of her brothers, loved by all except her sorrowful mother. As she grew older, the girl heard whispers of the brothers' disappearance, and something deep within her heart told her she must find them. One day, she decided to leave the safety of the castle and embark on a journey to lift the curse. She was determined to find her brothers and restore them to their human forms. She wandered for many days, traveling through forests, across rivers, and over mountains. She was alone, and the world seemed vast and endless. Her heart ached for the brothers she had never known, but her resolve kept her going. Eventually, she came upon a cottage deep in the woods, where an old woman lived. The old woman welcomed her in, seeing the sadness in the girl's eyes. "I know why you've come," said the old woman kindly. "You seek your 12 brothers turned to ravens, but their curse is not so easily broken. You must remain silent for 12 years and weave 12 shirts for each of them." The girl was taken aback. 12 years? How can I be silent for so long? The old woman nodded. "It is the only way to save them. You must weave the shirts, and with each shirt, the curse will weaken. But if you speak a word or make a sound, the curse will be unbroken, and your brothers will remain ravens forever." The girl's heart was heavy, but she knew she had no choice. She agreed to the old woman's terms and set to work, weaving the first shirt in silence. The days turned to weeks, the weeks to months, and the months to years. She never spoke a word. Every day, she sat at her loom, her fingers weaving tirelessly. Slowly, 12 shirts began to take shape, one for each of her brothers. Through all the long years, the girl stayed faithful to her task. She felt the weight of her silence, the isolation that came with it. But she never wavered, believing that her brothers were out there somewhere, waiting to be freed. The days were long, but the thought of her brothers kept her going. One day, after 12 long years had passed, the girl finished the final shirt. The moment the last thread was woven, she felt something change in the air. She stood up and called out their names, her voice ringing through the silence. "Brothers, come back to me." As if answering her call, the sky darkened, and 12 ravens appeared. They circled above her head, flapping their wings as if caught in a whirlwind. Then, as the girl watched in wonder, the ravens began to transform. Slowly, they turned back into young men, one by one, until the girl found herself surrounded by her 12 brothers, all restored to their human forms. The brothers, now free, were amazed to see their sister, but their joy was mixed with confusion. They didn't recognize her at first, for she had changed over the years, and her silence had made her seem distant. "Who are you?" they asked, looking at her with eyes filled with uncertainty. She smiled softly, knowing that their love for her would return with time. "I am your sister," she said gently. "I have saved you." The brothers, slowly realizing what had happened, embraced her. They thanked her for her patience, for her sacrifice, and for her love, which had broken the curse and brought them back. Together, they returned to their kingdom, where the king and queen rejoiced at the sight of their sons, finally returned to their rightful forms. The kingdom celebrated for days, honoring the brave girl who had broken the curse. And from that day forward, the girl, once silent, spoke freely once more, and the family was whole again. The 12 brothers, forever grateful for their sister's love and courage, swore never to leave her side. The girl had learned a powerful lesson, that love, patience, and sacrifice could overcome even the darkest curses. And the family, reunited at last, ruled the kingdom wisely and with kindness, never forgetting the bond that had brought them together, no matter the silence they had endured.